Thank you for riding Metro North to work this morning.
You did it to save time.
America has always dreamed of fast, modern trains, and New York is taking the next big step. For years, this route has faced problems, especially with delays and derailments. As a result, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, is getting ready to bring in brand new electric trains, aiming to make travel smoother and faster for millions of residents. It's part of a bigger push to upgrade how America moves. All these new trains should roll in near the future, changing their daily ride for the better. Want to see how this American train dream is coming to life? Let's find out in today's episode of Great Trainspeed. Breaking news came on June 25th. The MTA Metro North Railroad offered New Yorkers a first look at the future of rail travel, releasing renderings of the new M9A railcars, both inside and out. These sleek, bright, and modern designs, featuring larger windows, cleaner lines, and updated LED displays, signal the MTA's ongoing commitment to modern, reliable, and accessible transportation for daily riders. The cars will be built by Alstom Transportation, a global leader in rail manufacturing which secured the contract over China's CRRC during the competitive bidding process. Originally proposed by Bombardier before Alstom's acquisition of its rail business in 2021, the project benefits from continuity and Alstom's proven track record in rail modernization. The $2.3 billion contract will provide 160 M9A cars for the LIRR and 156 for Metro North, with options for up to 242 additional cars to support future ridership growth. This investment aligns with the MTA's long-term capital strategy to modernize regional rail infrastructure. These M9A cars will deliver high-end amenities, improved accessibility, and advanced onboard systems designed for smoother rides and better energy efficiency, aligning with New York's sustainability goals. For riders familiar with the older M3 and M7 trains, the difference will be immediately noticeable. While the older cars are boxy and show decades of heavy service, the M9A cars represent a monumental leap forward, reflecting America's broader push for cleaner, faster, and more comfortable train travel. Once in service, the M9A cars will operate on the electrified sections of the Long Island Railroad and on the Hudson and Harlem lines of Metro North, expanding capacity and replacing outdated equipment. As New York continues to evolve, these new trains will help ensure that the region's rail system keeps pace with the city's growing and changing transportation needs. The MTA's Finance Committee has approved the purchase of 316 new M9A electric multiple unit railcars for the Long Island Railroad and Metro North Railroad. Under this plan, pilot cars will be delivered in 2029, with the first units entering Long Island service by 2030 and full fleet delivery targeted by 2032. This phased rollout is designed to replace the over 40-year-old M3 cars while expanding capacity to meet growing demand, including continued operations at Grand Central Madison and future system upgrades. So, how did everyday New Yorkers respond to this change? Did they get behind it and show their support? You're about to find out in the next part. But hey, before we spill the tea, hit subscribe so you're always in the loop on what's happening on the rails.
Whether it's work, whether it's school, or you're heading out to play, ladies and gentlemen, have a pleasant good day.
The new M9A trains are finally here, and riders are buzzing with excitement. Thank God, it's about time, one person wrote, and honestly, it's a sentiment many share after years of waiting for upgrades on New York's commuter rail. The first thing you notice? They look wider, sleeker, and fresher than the older fleets, even being compared favorably to Canada's GEO trains. Some riders are hoping this visual width means wider, more comfortable seats, like on the New Haven line, making that daily grind a bit less of a squeeze. But it's not just about looks. These M9As carry the hopes of riders who dream of a quieter, more civil commute, capturing the daily frustrations that these new trains, with their better sound insulation and smoother rides, might help ease. Others wish the MTA had added LED destination screens on the front and sides, colored by the line in operation, to help tourists and occasional riders easily spot where the train is heading without squinting at tiny paper signs. It's a small detail, but one that shows how even the best upgrades still leave room for improvement. Then there's the debate around six-seaters, with one rider bluntly saying, "Get rid of the six-seater and just put those seats back to back." To make matters worse, when Governor Hochul announced the buying of the M9A trains, she received the multiple negative comments. One was addressing the crime problem on the NYC subway, saying, "Improve transit? There were 34 murders in the subway between 2005 and 2021. Another said, "How about you deal with all the crime on the NYC subway? It's just getting worse." One commenter with less dramatic issue saying, "The homeless just got brand new toilets." Or, "Can there be windows that don't glaze over after 2 years?" It's a reminder that while new trains are exciting, rider comfort and space remain ongoing challenges. Yet, amidst the cheers and critiques, one question hangs in the air. Are we finally catching up to China? It's both hopeful and sobering. Reminding us, while the M9A marks a leap forward for the MTA, there's a long way to go in building a system that's fast, clean, and truly modern. So, is the MTA preparing for this new train? To welcome the new M9A, the MTA has launched a series of projects to improve quality, on-time performance, and safety for passengers. It's easy to be skeptical after years of delays, but the numbers now tell a different story. These efforts are showing results. An article recently revealed that in 2025, the MTA's Long Island Railroad and Metro North Railroad achieved record on-time performance and strong ridership growth. On March 9th, Metro North hit 100% on-time performance across all lines. Its 21st perfect day since 2023. Meanwhile, the LIRR year-to-date on-time rate stands at nearly 97%, exceeding both its goals and previous records. Metro North achieved 99% on-time performance, with ridership climbing 13.8% from the previous week. The Long Island Railroad set a 96.4% record for February, with lines like Port Washington reaching 98.7% on-time performance. In January, Long Island Railroad ridership was up 11.2% year over year, now at 85% of 2019 pre-pandemic levels. Ridership growth wasn't limited to one category. Monthly and weekly ticket use rose by over 17%, while city ticket use increased by nearly 16%. These aren't just numbers. They represent thousands of New Yorkers choosing reliable public transit over driving, confident that the train will get them to work, school, or home on time. Officials credit safe, clean, and reliable service as the driver of this growth, positioning Long Island Railroad and Metro North as national leaders in commuter rail performance. Importantly, during this period, there were no derailments, emphasizing the effectiveness of safety initiatives alongside operational improvements. At the end of the day, these new M9A trains are more than just fresh paint and fancy lights. They're about fixing what's been broken for so long. It's a big step for the city, and it shows what can happen when we decide to invest in better transit. The best part? This isn't just a promise anymore. It's finally happening. And that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, subscribe, and we will see you next time.